Hello everybody, we are in Sand River Assault Defense with samin80 from the North American server and his AMX 1375 for the initial entry into the 1375 Hall of Fame. There is one artillery apiece, one scout apiece, and he has to be thinking he has a really good draw here. This is about as high up as 1375s ever get. There's only one Tier 8 tank on either side, so this is about as good as it gets if you're a light driver. No mediums on his team. It's all TDs and heavies and just the one TD or the one scout and arty. On the other team, they have 4 mediums. They're going to be more mobile. Actually, his team's comprised pretty well for defense. They don't have to move around a lot if they set up well. And I predict a nerf on this map coming up because the way they changed the middle here makes it too strong for defense. A well-coordinated defense just blows the offense out of the water now. As more and more people use these 2 ramps, it just makes the job of the offense almost impossible. Majority of his team's going over to the east with just a few tanks defending west. That's fine because with this middle position here, people really don't attack west very much anymore because they get spotted from up here and people can snipe them. On the other hand, if you're playing offense on this map, especially if you're artillery, you have to focus on these people poking up over the middle. Because if they don't die, you're going to lose. It's just, that's the way it is. The defensive players in the middle have to die, or the offense pretty much can't win. As long as the defense is concentrating to the east. KV-13 down in the ditch here. He doesn't have great depression, so let's see what he does. He has this natural terrain, lets him slope down. But see, this is what happens to the people who go west. The tank up here spots them all, and then smart defensive players can just sit back on standoff distance and pick them off. And there's nobody at all pressuring his presence up here. There's nobody up here forcing him to back out. He's just sitting up here, taking advantage of them being lax. And now the KV-13's moving forward. Doesn't even realize this guy's up here, I don't think. Sam is going to get to shoot into the back of him. He's waiting for his reload, and he gets done at the perfect time. Oops, he's going down now. He got too far over. Oh, the KV-13's going to follow him down the hill. Gets a double hit. Tries to ram him, doesn't really do much. And now he's going to die. Bad idea to follow the light down over that hill there. So now he's keeping the guy lit up while he reloads. He doesn't have to worry about it. His gun's not pointed at him. Should get another kill here. There he goes. And back up the slope while he reloads. A lot of tanks to snipe over here, and again, doesn't look like anybody else has come to the middle. It was just that KV-13, and he's out of the way. So this is turkey shoot now. Kabam. Reload. Go for the next tank. It's amazing the enemy team's not doing anything about this. But that's the trouble on a lot of teams. Nobody wants to be the one to have to go in and try to force the guy out. And he gets a fire and finishes him off. Battle's well in hand. They have a 4-tank lead. A lot of people in the right place on defense. The offensive team isn't looking like they have what it takes to pull off a victory here. So he's on the move. He only had 2 rounds left in his clip. He's reloading. And he's getting ready to take out the Artie, I believe. He only has 8 rounds left. That's one of the problems with the 1375. You only get so much ammo, so use it wisely. And he's figured out where the artillery is. As it comes up over the ridge, stop and shoot them. Whoops. M44 knows he has to run, but he gets caught up on the terrain right away. He's not going anywhere. Except to hell. Gone. 5 tanks to go. 3 of them are over there on the east side. The other 2 are probably up on the hill providing support. I would suspect the TDs are up there where somebody's clicking on the map. Probably not in that square, but up in that area. And he really can't reload now. He has 1 clip of 3 and 1 clip of 2, so this is the best he got. Doesn't help to load again. If you're wondering why he didn't get a full clip, it's because he doesn't have any. And it's going to start getting dicey for him because he's out of ammo pretty soon. At that point, you just become eyes. You run around and try to passive spot. If you're in a different tank, you could try to ram people. Not really advisable in an AMX series tank. Comes out right behind the Hellcat, who's not paying attention to the minimap, where he'd know the light was where it was. He's going to run up close to him and make sure shots hit, I think. This guy's paying him no attention at all. It's crazy. Now he gets to shoot nice aim shots. He's moving on to the next target. Only 2 rounds of ammo left. A 4-on-3 and you have 2 rounds left. Not really a great situation here. Got to make sure they count, which he does, and gets another kill. Now he's out of ammo. Got a top gun with his last round. Down to just about 2 minutes to go. Like I said, what you do is you spot in an emergency. In this tank, you could ram and try to get a few points of damage or immobilize somebody, but you're best served right now just providing eyes. And he could come in close and distract somebody, try to get him to shoot at him, not realizing that he poses no threat at the moment. 25 AT doesn't have a turret, so that makes it a little bit easier to be a distractor. The enemy TD doesn't know he's unarmed, so maybe he'll react to him. And he goes for the heavy-duty ram and pulls off no damage. He's just going to sit in front of him, try to absorb shots. That's pretty funny. Okay, there you go. What do you do when you run out of ammo? Where if you're samin80, you go park in front of a TD. I'm not really certain the thought process on that. I would have stopped behind him. I would have tried to get behind him and prevented him from moving, but it worked out. He didn't get shot. As you saw when he got low ammo, he took care to take very selective shots and make sure every round hit, and he ended up getting another kill out of it, and it gave him a top gun. For the battle, he did 2,921 damage. Really good for a 1375, especially in a low-level fight like this. Got 6 kills, was 32 of 36 shooting for a very efficient 89% hit rate. 1,543 spotting damage on 7 spots, and he made 35,576 credits. Drove 3.46 kilometers because he was fairly mobile moving back and forth. Ended up with 2,374 XP, and then you add in the fact he survived. He got a high caliber and a top gun, demolition expert, spotter, fire for effect, bruiser, and arsonist for a battle score of 2,449. So the AMX 1375 is on the board in the Hall of Fame. I think that brings us up to either 11 or 12 tanks that already have entries, so keep them coming. Let's fill it up like the other one was. As I said, when you're on defense, if most of your team moves over here, you keep 1 or 2 defenders over here, go to this middle ramp and spot, and especially like you saw today, the enemy team really didn't do anything to kick him out of that position, and he was able to take full advantage of it. As you probably get tired of me hearing me say, if the enemy's letting you get away with doing something, keep doing it until they force you to stop. Exploit fully every advantage they give you, and if they never deem it important to make you move, stay there and make them pay the price for their stupidity. From Sand River Assault Defense, spotting and sniping from the middle, and in general kicking ass on the enemy team. Happy hunting.